Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Three Strangers podcast. I am your host Ryan,
And I'm Bill.
And I'm Nick.
and for the first time, we have taken a suggestion of a movie from TikTok
Whoa.
for our movie.
Specifically a commenter on TikTok on one of our
Yeah, who we will shout out right now,
Okay.
Mr. Skull Tula.
yeah, Mr. Skull
Hope
Tula.
that said right.
Mr.
Good
Skulltula.
man.
Now, how much did Mr. Skulltula pay us to do this? Is what I'm wondering. Okay. Sorry, actually, where is the check, Ryan? I know we've been talking about it a little bit.
Listen, it's coming in. It's coming in.
We are owed back wages. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah,
but,
actually might have bounced.
That
but,
check
I'm
of
figuring it
30
out.
cents is gonna hit.
Ooh, used to pray for times like these. All right. Okay. Wow. So yes. This is an interesting pick. I'm excited to talk about this movie with you guys. I think there's a lot to talk about with it.
I think it's
Yeah.
important to add that Mr. Skull Tula did not say whether it was good or bad. We posted a TikTok just say me saying hey, suggest a movie for our podcast on horror movies to discuss, and it just said Alive 2018. That is all. So
that is
Yeah.
it's been
funny.
ambiguous.
That is
And, you know,
funny.
we-
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, oh, this movie's good.
Yeah.
That was it.
Okay.
You know, and there were a few other comments, and eventually we do want to get to those, few of those movies. We're very interested, but we wanted to pick one that none of us have seen or heard of.
Yeah.
And this one was the first one that we saw that none of us have heard of, or, you know, literally anything about this movie.
No, nothing.
I saw, as soon as I looked it up, that it was on Tubi. And so if you want to watch it yourselves, you can watch it on Tubi. So I got a little scared, though, when I saw that. Because I was like, oh, is this about to be a Tubi original?
Yeah. Terrifying.
Which, come to find out, it isn't a Tubi original. But a Tubi original would probably be a little bit better than this movie.
It's yeah.
Oh shoot! Sorry. Yeah. It just. Yeah, it does have that energy.
It's interesting. It's definitely low budget, right?
Yeah.
I would say this is a pretty solid, well, like not like necessarily quality or like speaking to like anything like of that quite yet, but like it is like a true B movie, right? And all
Yes.
that kind of and all that kind of like, you know, because that's just
What are you talking? I love the B movie.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah, you would think. Well, listen, okay, can I tell you that it took me forever to realize that was like a pun, like a B movie. That it's like, oh, I'm like, oh, it's referring to like a cheaperly made movie. Like I had no idea, but like I don't know, you're like a little kid and you're like, I just want to see Jerry
Seinfeld.
It's okay. And even that was like not really like I didn't give a crap about Seinfeld yet. But anyway, I'm interested to hear though. Where do we want to start with this one?
Usually when we talk about these movies, I like to come out with the fun facts about it, right?
Mhm.
Like, this person involved in it was involved in this project, and it's like, oh my god, how did I not know? Stuff like that. I only have one interesting thing about this movie.
Okay.
I only have one interesting thing about this movie.
Please
For
tell us
sure.
the one interesting thing.
So, the man who that is the character's name in the movie, which is Alive 2018. That person is played by Angus McFadden.
Oh,
I was just say, do you guys know who Angus McFadden is?
that name is so like yeah.
He's-
Sorry,
He was in Saw.
Yep. He is slow ass mother effing Jeff in Saw.
whoa. Okay,
Wow.
okay. I was like, I recognize that name in like the corner of my brain. Okay, that's where he's from. Well, makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and say that the filmmakers this was a pull for them. You know,
Yes, that
Saw-
is 100% a pull.
this movie reeks of Saw. I would say.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
and even makes very direct reference to it with one of the lines that like made me realize, oh, they're not even trying to hide
Right.
that it's Saw inspired.
Yeah.
Right.
It very much so feels like a Saw movie, but like just even the worst Saw movies, I have more fun with. Like the soap opera aspect of them keeps me enthralled. This movie has a good twist, and
Yeah.
that's all that's got going for it.
Yeah, and the twist really isn't until the last like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Which we won't spoil just yet. Once we get to our spoiler section, we'll kind of go into it. But there's certain movies where either I feel like a good example of what I'm about to say is Hereditary, where you're like the whole movie is really, really good, really great until the ending, right? This is the opposite of the whole movie. I'm like, oh god, like I am not enjoying this at all until it has a twist where I was like, wait a second.
Wait, Bill's throwing a flag up.
Okay, now, okay, yeah. Okay, like flag on the play. I'm gonna. Okay, so sorry. The twist of Alive elevates it immediately. I'm very interested. So I agree with you on that. What's this business about the ending of Hereditary ruins the movie? For
I do not like the ending of Hereditary. I think it ruins it.
okay, well, I don't want to make this into a Hereditary pod. I thought the ending is the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of was like, sorry, it's not the most evocative piece of the movie, although there is some really beautiful kind of, you know, grotesque parts of the ending. But I was kind of like, oh, like this is all because of, you know, a cult connection. Like it all kind of made sense to me. Like really? Okay, well maybe
Future
sorry,
Hereditary rewatch.
we have
perhaps.
have we done an episode on Hereditary?
We have not, I don't think. I think it's something we've brought up a few times in terms of like within podcast episodes to talk about it, but
Okay.
never by itself.
I would sooner do. Sorry, I'm feeling like we have this deja vu, like exact conversation where I'm about to say the thing that I usually say again. I'm like, oh well, I'd sooner do a thing on Midsummer.
Yes.
You know.
Yes,
Like,
I
feel
agree.
like I'm-
I like Midsummer more.
Yeah, I would sooner do a thing on Midsummer. But okay, interesting. I'm with you though with the twist of this movie. The twist is maybe the thing, right? Like it's like,
Yeah. And this isn't for me to say that Hereditary is a bad movie. Like, Hereditary is, like, for me, a 4 out of 5 star movie. Like, if we're going off of Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know,
Just
whereas,
squeaks
like...
past this one.
Yeah. Whereas this movie, instead of being a 1 star, it ended up being a 2 star.
Oh, okay.
Would you recommend it, Ryan?
Um...
Hey, we're almost done with the. Okay, yeah.
I think that if you are a fan of Jeff from Saw, which there's probably like 3 or 4 people that are,
They're here for. They're out there.
yeah,
Out there.
I think watch it because he's not bad as the man. He's not particularly very interesting.
He. I. Sorry, lots of stuttering. I think he definitely could have made better choices as an actor. Particularly the 10 plus times he says A. All the exact same way.
Yep.
So that's good. Not good. That's not good. You know, usually it's don't say the same thing or do the same thing 3 times. But he goes, no, to hell with that. I'm gonna say A the exact same way.
Bless
every
you.
time.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. The acting is not a strong point in this movie.
No.
It's not a strong point in this movie.
It's interesting because, like, I would expect him that he has to put on the best performance of the movie.
Right.
And he's like, he's in Braveheart.
Yeah.
Like that was his first role. He was Robert the Bruce in Braveheart.
Right.
You know, another crazy
Oh.
role. He was,
Wow.
yeah,
I'm just connecting that, but yeah, sure.
crazy role. He was Adolf Hitler in Snide and Prejudice in 1997.
Snide and Prejudice?
What?
Yep.
What the hell are you talking about?
Snide and Prejudice. Good.
He's in We Bought a Zoo.
Oh, is he? Really?
Yep. He's Peter McCready.
Wait, who is he in We Bought a Zoo? This might be other
Peter
than
McCready.
Saw.
I don't know who that is in We Bought a Zoo. I just remember the family.
That is the most airplane ass, like, sorry, I won't shit on We Bought a Zoo too hard, but that movie did put me onto Ellie Fanning. So
Elle Fanning, hell
Elle
yeah.
Fanning, yeah, Elle Fanning.
That's
yeah.
what put me, yeah, me too. Because I was a big Dakota Fanning fan when I was a kid. And then there was like Elle Fanning also. Wow.
Well, you know, honestly, I feel like, honestly, yeah. If we bought a zoo, did nothing else, I'm glad that it allowed
Elle Fanning a
McFadden,
shot.
Elle Fanning a shot, and allowed McFadden to be a. What, do they buy the zoo from him? Whatever. Anyway, yeah. But yeah.
Alright, so anyway, so his acting should have been maybe better, and it wasn't. It really reads as like, oh, my director told me I was creepy once when I was doing this voice, so I'm gonna do it the whole time because my director likes that. It really had that energy.
Yeah, I feel like with everything that he's been in and has done, and like from what I've read, like people saying he's a great actor, it just does not come off in that role. He's not as menacing as I want him to be. And when you have the reveal of the twist ending where you're like, oh, well, then he's too menacing. Like it's a weird line that his character ends up drawing.
Yeah, because he like there's this reference to Frankenstein, and it's more like the twist makes it think like, yeah, he should be more passionate about this, and that's why it should be creepy, not I'm creepy because you don't know me and I have a voice. It's like, no, I think it should be creepy because you're really passionate about this stuff that you do to people.
I think where I really fell off, there's this one line, pain means you're alive. Oh. It's like, it literally, sorry. Like it is so, I actually a realization that I've, like, thought about with, like, filmmaking, like, the past, like, you know, just few years of, like, thinking about film and stuff. If you have a bad script, it's kind of dead on arrival.
Yeah.
You know? Like, if you have, like that is, like, almost like the weird, like, you know, like, they say, like, a house, like, has good bones.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It has, like, good bones and stuff. If it, like, if you have, like, a bad script, it doesn't matter how good an actor you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, sorry, that is not to say that I'm like, oh, if this had a script rewrite, it'd be, like, the best movie of all time. No. Right? You know? But, it's, like, this weird, he has this weird, like, affect, this almost, like, infantilizing bed manner, but then it's, like, this sort of weird, sadistic doctor thing that, yeah, no, it's very strange. I am not into it in this initial kind of setup here, but...
Who do you guys think is the strongest actor or actress in the movie?
The dog.
Wow.
I think actually the one, oh, the daughter. No, maybe not even the daughter, or not the child.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the child, or one of the doctors at the end.
Okay. What do you think, Bill?
It's interesting. I would also probably say the daughter. It's weird. It feels like different people are stronger at different points of the movie. It's like weird. I don't know if we want to go like full spoilers, like at this like juncture, but I yeah, it's like when like different character motivations like almost like, and I know it's like not supposed to be like, oh, like like, well, this is happening like with like this character's motivation, so now like they're like, I am framing their acting or her acting to be like better, but it really does feel like that. It's an interesting question because it's sort of like, I'm like, well, who did I think sucked the least, you know what I'm saying? At this like juncture of the movie, and that's not to say that the entire movie sucks. It does make me wonder what this movie could have been, though. But I don't know if we want to go full.
Yeah, so let's go into full spoilers with this movie.
Okay.
Right before that, I'll kind of give people who haven't heard of it or decided to do research a little bit on it just to see what it was about.
I guess we should give a description of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's directed by Rob Grant. This is not his first movie. This is, I think, his fourth or fifth at this point. Generally looked upon as not great. And it is about a severely injured man and woman who wake up in an abandoned sanitarium, only to discover that a sadistic caretaker holds the keys to their freedom and the horrific answers as to their true identity.
It's interesting because it's interesting that you noted, Ryan, that this isn't his like first one out the gate. Now, there is, I'm not going to rush us to do another movie of his, but one that looks a lot more interesting that he directed is this movie Harpoon.
I was going to mention that.
Okay.
People say that's his best.
Okay, because, sorry, I love the concept of, like, it's been done a million times before. Also, sorry, by the way, not a bad footnote for this movie. It's been done a million times before. In some things. There's some really original moments.
I agree.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know it seems that Rob Grant's very interested in putting people in situations and trying to organically come to a conclusion for how they would act in that given circumstance. Apparently, Harpoon does that very well. It's like a shipwreck tale about people that are suddenly in the open ocean on like a boat, and it becomes like obviously a very crazy survival situation and what you're gonna do,
Yeah.
Also uniquely horrifying for me. I don't know if we've ever got into it, but I really don't like that concept of being stranded on the open ocean.
That's fair. It's a very fair fear. You're right though. Like when watching a horror movie, I feel like as an audience, we instantly put ourselves in the character's shoes and are like, what would we do in this exact situation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there are points in this movie where I'm like, you know what? The girl who is there, who is injured, I'm like, you know what? Like, that's fair that she's acting like this right now. Like, that's I feel like that's kind of how I would react. And then it's like, oh, they get the upper hand, and then they don't do anything once they get the upper hand.
Well, okay. I gotta disagree with you right off the bat. Because you said that that's how somebody would react, but I don't know if again, perhaps this is more writing, less acting. When she goes, maybe we can start piecing this together, like 30 seconds after you've just seen a dead body wake up next to you.
Right.
I mean, is it a pun? In retrospect. But I don't know. I was, I hated it. As soon as she started speaking, I was like, I was thinking you wouldn't say that.
I would say yes to that. I mean more so when it's like how, in contrast, like the male character, like basically not doing anything that he says, and she's like, what are you doing? Like, you're gonna make him mad, and then he's gonna injure us. Like, we kind of need to play nice a little bit here. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. You wouldn't just be like, but I agree, the first dialogue, like conversation that they have with each other, I'm like, is that really what two people in this situation would be saying, and she's like, "How do I look?" I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah, like, what if you create a romance between these two? That's the start. And then the what's the line? It doesn't matter, but it does,
Yeah.
or something.
I mean,
It's
it doesn't matter, but what do you think?
like what? What a line! What a line! What a line that's supposed to be deep, but it's not. Maybe if this was a teenage romance about
Yeah.
insecurity.
And at that point, he
Oh,
can't
there we
talk
go.
yet, and he's like, like looking over at her.
In my head, I'd be like, the fuck? What?
Oh my God! I gotta say, I loved when he wasn't able to speak, just
Yeah.
because every single time he would just be, and you're like, oh my God!
And is it ever explained why he can't speak? I know. I mean, there's the paralysis part later on, but
I mean, when they show like he has like an entire like stitch around his neck, so like
Oh,
I
okay,
think you're to
yeah.
assume that like
He's like healing.
Yeah.
breathing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in that same thing where like he is in pain every single time he has to move, and she keeps on having him look over, and she's like, "Can you look over at
Can
me?"
you look?
I kept noticing something because obviously there's like, they're in this situation where they're in a sanitarium and there's like attempts to escape and everything, right? And I'm gonna actually give a piece of praise, and this ties into the very end of the movie. I'm like, God damn, these escape attempts are so effing clumsy. Why are they so
Yes.
clumsy? Like I'm like it's almost like they don't know like how to use their bodies in like it's all like weird and like animalistic, and then you get to the end of the movie and you're like, oh
Yeah.
okay, like like it's like sure, like it's like but it's kind of like like I'm more like almost like there's that certain like thing like when you're like watching like a film and you're like "Ugh!" like you're almost like like I wouldn't be doing what they're doing, therefore like I'm
Yeah.
not like I'm like frustrated, but then it's like it's sort of like oh like like I would be escaping better. Like the thing,
Yeah.
but no, but it does make sense. Like once we get to the full context of everything, but yeah.
It does. It does keep that quite secret. It keeps it well secretive too, because I think are we all maybe in agreement that like you just think is someone who likes to keep people who are dying alive. Once they find out the bodies, it's like this is victims.
So, okay. So sorry, I don't know if you, I didn't want to interrupt your thought, Ryan. If you have a good thought, I have an interesting piece of context for you guys.
Yeah, you go first, Belle, and I'll say what I thought.
I have seen some discourse online that this movie borrows kind of heavily from a Korean film.
Grotesque.
Grotesque, right? But apparently the main difference and the reason why that sort of comparison like falls apart a little bit. Sorry, I'm gonna say that if we're talking about horror movies where it's like people trapped in a place where they don't quite know where they are and they're getting tortured for unknown reasons and there's a crap ton of movies like that, right? I don't think that's a very fair comparison. Grotesque, as I understand it, I've not seen Grotesque. Grotesque, a lot of that comes from some sort of like sexual satisfaction. Yeah, this stuff. I thought that that's where this was going, and I actually thought that maybe that's where this was going up until the very kind of end point of the movie where we can kind of get there when we get there, when they do manage to successfully escape. And I thought it was some sort of weird sexual frustration thing with, this is so tough because there is the man, uppercase, right? McFadden, and then there is lowercase man. And it's sort of like, it's like a weird thing. I'm honestly reminded a little bit of Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With that sort of like weird, like, okay, like, it's like a little uncomfortable. It's like, well, there is 2 guys and 1 girl, and one seems like a much more compatible partner. However, that is not the one that has power. Like, it's all kinds of troublesome, right?
Yeah.
that is where I thought this movie was going. That's not where this movie is going.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
but
And there was a
Yeah.
quick scene where that could have happened.
right,
Which
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
happy that they didn't walk that line. She was wrapped up. There wasn't any nudity. It was good. It feels.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it feels a little pitiful to say. Oh, I respect you for there not being nudity. But
yeah,
Yeah.
it could have gone exploitative, right?
Yeah.
it could have gone exploitative, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
I want to bring up that
Love
scene
that.
because that's where I thought I got the hint of where it was going.
So,
So,
let's paint the scene.
Sure.
yeah. So basically, they're in what we are to assume is like the old bathroom of this sanatorium, and they have the injured man in a bathtub. Right after his like mouth is paralyzed, so bro's not in good shape, and the man who is taking care of him, the caretaker, basically undresses the girl and starts to bathe her by having her sit on his lap and washing her with a sponge.
Yeah.
The type of sponge you use in a car wash, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good job.
I was like, this is a
Good job.
massive sponge one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not the only one. Okay. I was like, that is a huge car sponge. Okay. We're into
So
it.
the conversation that he has is where I kind of thought I knew where the movie was going to go. So he mentions his father and says how his father was working on transferring a chimpanzee brain into a human. There's something along those lines. And that's the only time that's ever mentioned. And grant, like you said, they don't know really how to work their bodies. They don't have any memory of like anything, just little bits of pieces of stuff. So I thought the twist was going to be that they weren't human. They had a chimpanzee brain that got put into their body.
Dude, okay, that's very
Oh.
interesting. That's very interesting, dude. Because okay, I kind of took that to be like more like that he was like sorry, okay, poor things aside, right? Putting a chimpanzee brain into a human body is like one of those like mad science ass experiments that it's like this really doesn't have any practical application other than like can this be done?
Yeah.
You know? And like sort of like doing like that thing. And I just thought it sort of was like it like maybe was like a portrait of, why the man is the way that he is. Why is he like interested in like medical grotesqueness, right?
Yeah.
That is interesting. I did not take it the step further that you did. Interesting. Okay.
I because I was like, there has to be some sort of twist within this. Like, there has to be. Because there's no way it's just going to be like, we're trapped in this building with this guy who's kind of weird. We gotta escape. In which it literally is that until the final 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
where
it is.
this man takes so many different hits and blows and objects in him and like all this stuff and is just walking around normal.
Yeah, no explanation as to why he's able to do that.
Yeah. Just like a Superman. Weird.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about the doctor here?
Yep.
Yeah, there's no explanation. I mean, they stabbed in the neck multiple times.
The eye,
Punched in the... Whatever, yeah. Punctured the eye.
the little like breath tube thing, they punctured him and she squeezed on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I was
was
like,
pretty
is he
visceral.
just immune? Like,
Yeah. Well, that
Yeah.
was the puncture tube. The puncture tube, it's a... shoot.
yeah, the water thing, but she stabbed it into him and then was squeezing into it.
Squeezing the water into it to, I guess, overhydrate his body. A weird choice, but it's a creative kill. What I thought was going to be a kill.
Yeah. I was assuming that she was going for some sort of embolism
Yeah.
or attack thing.
That's what I thought, like get all the water out and then squeeze the crap out of it to but
Get some
no,
air
just
in his
eats
veins.
that. He's just saying outside after that like, do you guys still want to be my family? Like,
yeah. It's like, I'm sorry. He should not have those kind of special abilities, right?
Yeah.
You know, like
There's
he
no
should not have
explanation
those
as to why.
kind of special abilities. But yeah,
Plot hole.
yeah, plot armor, right?
yeah, takes a crowbar to the head.
Yeah. Okay, actual armor. Yeah.
What else does he? Oh yeah, completely fine after that too. Just driving a car like normal. Also,
Yeah,
I
he's
want to
able to drive
say
a car.
I hated this moment.
Okay.
When do you know stupid jump scares that don't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So they did the thing where like we start to hear like a car coming, and then like it's not. They're like, oh no, ew, and then drive away, and then we hear another car show up, and then drive away. Then out of nowhere, you just hear a horn of a car, and the car is there for a jump scare.
Well. Yeah.
Whereas whereas like for example, The Descent, right? The ending of that movie when she's
Yes.
driving away and she pulls over, in the background you see the truck coming up the entire time until it blares the horn for that jump scare.
Yeah.
And that's a very well-timed, well-made jump scare.
Yeah. Well explained too. You know
Yeah.
the full context. You're seeing it.
Yeah, whereas this, it's just instantly, and like, if it would have been something where you start to hear, like, a car in the background rolling up a little bit, and then horn, I'm more okay with that. It felt so cheap.
Well, I mean, sorry, maybe my frustration with it, maybe this is like what you're getting at, Ryan, is that I really, sorry, that's very tropic. To be
Yes.
like, oh, we're like yippee, like we're saying, and then it's like, well, no, you're sorry. How many times has that been freaking done? Like, you know, where it's like, oh, sorry, the means of escape is actually like being controlled by the person that wants to imprison you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that is a concept that's maybe been done like 100 times. Like,
And it also
you
happens
know.
over and over in this movie too.
Yeah.
To the point where like I'm not rooting for them. I'm not.
Yeah, I kind of don't
Sorry.
give a crap. Yeah, is
Yeah.
it sad? Not sad. I guess the movie failed in that way. But
And I think it tries to get you because they're like, oh, we're going to throw in that, like, she has a kid. Random memory, she has a kid. So instantly we're like, oh, she has a kid, we have to care for her.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. Well, it turns out,
Yeah.
you know, does she have a kid? Well, maybe someone has a kid.
But Ryan, you mentioned your biggest issue. My biggest issue is simply the fact that I think this movie takes itself too seriously.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm sitting here thinking like, why was this not fun? Why was this not fun to watch? You know, it's not like a Thanksgiving bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the movie takes itself way too seriously. It tries to have good writing that fails, and tries to have a message about pain, and pain as being human, and that is said twice and does not.
I would say it's said a few times in the movie,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh god, every time it's said. It's
We
the
don't
I love
care.
you 3000. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. And that's what I think that is reflected in the direction and the acting and the writing. I think it takes itself way too seriously.
yeah. I have a question for you though.
Okay.
Let's compare this movie to Sleepaway Camp.
Oh no! Oh no! It all comes back. It all comes
a
back.
trap.
I always
All right.
come back. Shit.
What movie is
Why?
better?
Oh, Sleepaway Camp. Well. Oh well. Okay. Are you? Well. What are you saying? Like, just like what movie would I sooner put on, or what movie do I think is better made? Or
Just
what movie
which
do I
one
think
is better?
Critically
think-
better.
I would say Sleepaway Camp for both of those, what Bill just said.
I don't know that Sleepaway Camp is better made. And Sleepaway Camp, sorry, I know we love it, but I think we can maybe come to terms with the fact that there is a lot of very cringy dialogue, and that maybe a lot
Yeah.
of the reason that we love it is because
Oh.
there is non-actors trying to give performances, you
Mhm.
know?
So then let me bring up then the next thing with it.
Okay.
Sleepaway Camp is trying to be serious,
Right. But
which
fail.
makes it, yeah, and fails, but that kind of makes it as good as it is, right? Because we enjoyed the cringy lines and dialogues and exchanges like that.
Yeah.
And so then why doesn't it work in Alive?
I'm gonna flip this a little bit. I like where you're going with this. I'm gonna kind of flip this just like a little bit. There are some moments in Sleepaway Camp where things are legitimately pretty frightening. There's the famous well, for people who have never seen Sleepaway Camp, this is gonna be very difficult to
Yeah, and please watch Sleepaway Camp. That like full recommend Sleepaway Camp. Like
oh,
Full
jeez,
recommend.
now
It's
maybe.
fun.
Oh, jeez, now maybe.
this is a spoiler. This is a spoiler. So if you have not seen it, you pause the video right here, watch Sleepaway Camp, come back in, and Bill, you can say it.
Or skip ahead.
Okay, sorry everyone. Where there's the sodomy with the curling iron.
Yep.
That legitimately, like, I was like, oh, that's a really brutal death. And otherwise, it's almost like weird. It's like almost like the concept of like, I feel like it's a very big talking point these days, and I think we might have even already talked about this a little bit, but like the idea of like mascot horror, not in Sleepaway Camp specifically, but just like mascot horror's concept of the mundane or like the normal being like actually pretty creepy, and like, you know, like people can hide in plain sight. The whole point of Sleepaway Camp is that somebody's killing somebody. Somebody is killing people, right? And there's just no you know, like, thing with this. In Alive, that's never a question, right? We know who's doing everything. Not that the particular
That's
mystery
a
of
good point.
Sleepaway Camp. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting a little lost in my own sauce with this. I just like Is it okay to just say like I like Sleepaway Camp just because I just enjoy it as an experience more?
Yeah.
You know? Okay. I hope that's okay to say. Alive, it's just. You know what it is? Like, it's like one of those things like where like I feel like a lot of people have this like weird caveat thing where they're like, oh, this has been done a million times before. Oh, but this movie's good because it does it really well. Alive is this has been done a million times before, and it's been done a million times before. You know what it is? Like, it doesn't add a lot of new innovations, except for the twist that I feel like a lot of people can see coming with our talking about it. But anyway, you know.
Yeah, I think about the whole like Frankensteining twist. I think if it was revealed earlier on, I think it would have made for a more interesting third act. Meanwhile, I mean, the third act was definitely the strength of this movie, I think. But to one more thing on the Sleepaway Camp, I think there are a couple things that with Sleepaway Camp, it almost feels, one, you're allowed to be cringier because it's kids. It's not mature adults, even if the adults have their memory gone and stuff like that. They're not really talking like they have their memory gone, though. You know, they're talking just unrealistically into the circumstances. Not that I can relate to being in somebody else's body, but I think, like, yeah, you're allowed to be cringy with kids. And also, I think Sleepaway Camp does master the subgenre of camp horror much better than this captures the subgenre of psychotic torture, trap torture.
Yeah, somewhat body horror in a...
Body horror. Yeah.
Yeah, what would you call hostile? What would you call hostile? Yeah, I don't even
Hostage.
know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Hostage,
Or hostile, yeah.
torture. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I bring it up because I feel like there's similarities between the two movies, but like Sleepaway Camp is miles like better in my opinion than this one. Like, for example, in Sleepaway Camp you have the baseball scene.
Oh, God.
Right?
It's fun.
Right, tough.
It's
Well,
great.
yeah,
But
it's
then
fun.
comparing it to this, right? And you know, the baseball scene, it's like, what is he even doing here? There's no need for it.
Why
It's
is it in
excellent.
the movie? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But it is. I'm glad it's there. Right. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I compare that to within Alive, the workout scene, where he puts on the music and he's like, "Oh yeah, let's go, get up, go on
Yeah.
this. You're gonna move your legs and you're gonna like that feels like this should be fun. Like this should be a little bit funny and then get a little bit more menacing.
Yeah.
And when it does, I'm just kind of like,
Yes,
Forward.
dude. Yes. Actually,
Forward.
that's a great point. Great point, actually. Okay. Yeah. We close the loop. Yeah. No, that's true. We're just not having as much fun with Alive. You
Yeah.
know, we're not invited. We're not invited to have as much fun.
Yeah.
It's awkward. You know.
Mm-hmm. It's a weird space of Sleepaway Camp has such a charm to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has characters that you end up really liking.
They feel
You know.
very real. I feel like
Yeah.
I've met these people. Like, a lot
Yeah,
of it, you
with
know?
the exception probably of the of the mom that you meet
Yes.
that is
Yeah.
acting in a completely different style than anyone in the entire movie. But like Mel, hilarious.
Look, sorry, that's the first person that I thought of. I'm like, I've known Mel's in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whereas like this movie, you don't really care about any of the characters. They try to make you care and have these little moments where you're like, oh, look, a little cute moment between our two characters as they're trying to fight. It's not cute. Like, and also I feel like the music isn't good in Alive. And like, it, again, you said it takes itself too seriously. The music is way too serious in this movie
Yeah.
Right.
to its detriment. Whereas Sleepaway Camp, yes, the music is serious, but it adds so much more to that movie. Like I always think of that opening, like when the title card shows up and you're seeing the camp, and it's just the blaring like brass that's like on. That's like what is happening right now in this soundtrack. But there's so many little things in Alive that there's the makings of something that could be good.
Yes. Yeah.
And it just does not deliver on anything except for the twist. And unfortunately, just a good twist doesn't make up for a bad hour and 25 minutes before that.
Yeah.
It's also weirdly way too long, and it's only an hour and 30 minutes.
Yes. Yeah. It's like there's one too many escape attempts.
Yeah.
Maybe too many chase scenes.
Too many misdirects. I would
Yes.
say, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. Like there's like the painful. It seems like we've kind of come to the thing. We've been alluding to it. Like you know what's really going on here. You know. By the time they're in the police station. And you know what it is? Sorry, I just realized it just glazed over. Yeah, you know, like they got they killed the man, and yeah, they got away. Sure, okay. Like you know, like it's not even that like important thing.
Oh, wait. Did you
Okay,
guys see
what?
the after credit scene?
Yes.
Bro, so wait a second. Okay, I read about this afterwards, and I didn't feel like freaking starting it up again. There's a mid credits and there's a post credits.
Yeah. He's alive.
Oh,
What?
I only saw the mid.
What?
credits. I only saw the mid.
Apparently there's
Yeah,
also
he's
post.
alive.
Oh no! Where is it revealed that he's alive in the mid credits? I did not see this. I like literally like the credits started rolling. I was like, thank you.
Thank
Like,
you.
you know, I was like, yeah, okay, that was bad. My
Like,
disrespectful
I'm done.
ass. Yeah, my disrespectful ass. You know, I watched the movie. What else do you want from me? Okay.
It literally was like, you just see a hiker in the woods, and like, she looks and sees him like dead on the floor, you think, and then she's like, hello, like, you good?
Bro,
And then it's like, bong, as soon as he opens his eyes, and the dramatic, like, you know, the chord strike, and then back to credits, and you're like,
Dude.
oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm
Classic
like,
eye open bang.
Yeah.
dude, I'm like, how is he superhuman? How is he superhuman? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is
It's
crazy.
not explained. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Please explain why. Like just because. Like, oh, is he Jason? Oh no, is he Michael Myers? Is that the thing where he's just?
Or make him one of the Frankenstein like thing, and then
Yes.
within that you have that a little bit of lore within you where we could be like, okay, he might be able to survive that then.
How would you guys have written the ending? With that said, Ryan, I feel like that's kind of what you were. Getting onto, so
I would have. I would have deleted everything and then started over.
Oh no!
Everything gone. I mean, like I said, the twist, I don't mind the twist of it. I think the tongue-in-cheek of, who put this on the door? And it says Mr. and Mrs. Frankenstein on it. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I know.
It's so
Come
slap
on.
in the face. It's such a slap in. Because okay, there's a couple reasons why it's frustrating, right?
Right.
One, it's stupid.
Mhm.
You know, offensive, and like, okay, we get it. Yeah, that was the plot twist.
There are other
Wow.
people. They're made
We
of people.
understood it. Like,
I will say it is kind of the one thing I did find kind of cool is that they were like, your fingerprints are from like they're all different, like, you know, and everything. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I wouldn't have thought about that. Like,
Yeah.
that's a very procedural police thing. They're like, okay, these are, you know, they seem to be like from totally different people. Yeah, they are. Like, you know. So.
mhm.
The other second reason is, again, with the misunderstanding of Frankenstein that people always get wrong. That Frankenstein's the doctor. They're not Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein's monster. So, no, they're not Mr. and Mrs. Frankenstein.
Mr. Would you have preferred they said Mr. and Mr. Frankenstein's monster?
Yeah. Yes.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, this is an interesting concept insofar that it's weird that, oh, you think that he was, like, torturing them to... It does reframe the entire movie in an interesting way. Why is the movie called Alive? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all like that kind of, you know, like, it's like, okay, well, there you go. Doesn't help the movie that much, though. You know? I think one of the most shocking, and you were there for this, you personally witnessed this, Ryan. We've definitely talked about this on the podcast before, but oh my god, and I'm forgetting the name of the movie now. Oh God, help! We saw this in the movies together at Binghamton, and it's the
Malignant?
Malignant.
Love Malignant.
Which I'm like this movie, like, fucking sucks. And then the twist happens, and I was like, oh, like, this is actually like sorry, it totally saved the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like, it totally saved everything. And like, I was literally like, oh no, this is not a bad movie, this is a great movie. You know? And like, it was like that did not happen for Alive, unfortunately. That did not was not, you know, that did not happen. So
Yeah, and honestly, Bill, that's an excellent example of, like, where a twist sort of saves a movie. But within that, I would say within Malignant, it's written, like, so well to be such a specific style of movie that isn't made, that, like, going in when you're watching, you're like, what the hell am I watching? If you don't know any context before that. And, like, I could say, I showed it to my students this year. And I remember the first, like, 40 minutes that we watched of it, like 45, the kids were like, you know, I don't know about this one, you know? And then the twist happens, and I saw all of their jaws drop. I saw, like, one of the kids, like, did, like, the meme, like, literally, and it became, like, one of their favorites that they've watched. And, like, they literally made Gabriel and, like, put him on my door, like, for Christmas, and put a little Christmas hat on him.
that is first of all really funny.
Yeah.
Sorry, I literally, like, that might be one of the best examples of, like, a twist ever. Like, you know, like in the horror movies that, like, you know, like, we're interested in. That is really funny. I also think it's really funny. I keep forgetting that you're, like, showing, like, you know, like, high schooler, like, Malignant, you know. That's an intense movie. This is intense.
It's good.
Things in that movie, yeah.
And I will say Malignant, but, like, with Malignant, instantly, like, the character that's abusive to, you know, the main character, you're like, oh god, like, he's gotta die. The movie is like, bet. Not even 5 minutes later,
defeated.
instantly killed off, and you're like,
gone.
let's go. Like,
right,
you know?
yeah. I didn't
It
like that
does.
character. Now they're gone. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
whereas
Which-
this movie doesn't ever have that payoff of
No.
anything because it just doesn't end up.
Well,
It's a good twist. It doesn't fully end up working because the beginning to bless you, the end of the
Thank you.
second act
Mm-hmm.
isn't well made.
Yeah.
bro, I'm like shook because I didn't see. I was like, okay, cool. Like I watched the movie for the podcast, like like off, like I didn't like how the hell is the man superhuman? He's
It's not-
superhuman.
It just
Yeah.
it doesn't
really
make
superhuman.
sense. It's not even a twist that begs a rewatch like Malignant does.
Right.
And then there's no explanation that you missed. It's very linear. It's very linear, very predictable until it's not. And yeah, it sorry, yeah, I just blanked out because it was like, you kind of like hit a wall.
You're
with it.
angry.
Yeah, you get angry.
Yeah,
Because you're like, I want this to be better.
yeah,
Because it has the makings of something that could be really good.
yeah.
And when only one, like, let's just say like a movie has like 5 things to be good, for example, right? That's not fully, but like the twist was the only thing that was good if it was like a list of 5 things, and it just doesn't make it better because when we have the twist, it doesn't make the rest of the plot better. It doesn't make the performances better. Maybe the tiniest little bit for the performances in terms of what you were saying during the chase scenes and stuff like that, where like they're kind of falling all over the place and stuff. It feels very formulaic up to like before we find out the twist of, oh, here we go, now they're gonna start falling. All of that. It could kind of solve that issue, but it needs a better script. It needed better direction in terms of telling the actors or actresses, you know what, like, you need to redo this because I don't think this is the emotion that I want right here. Or, you know what, that line delivery was a little bit weird. That wasn't kind of what I was going for. Let's switch that.
Yeah.
And that might have happened, and just the direction that Rob Grant wanted isn't great. But
Yeah.
I feel like I would have to watch some of his other movies to kind of like get a better tell of how he is as a director, because watching this, I can't get a good read.
Yeah.
It's I agree. And you know what, like, I think would have been like kind of powerful is if like you built up the man and the woman who are trying to escape, try to actually have them figure out who they are and why they can't see anything or what they can see, and like have it be like, oh, this is contradictory, that's interesting, why is it, like, if you're gonna have a twist, I think like the twist is so big because of how undeveloped things are, and it's almost like my sequel perspective, right? I've talked about like a good sequel doesn't justify a bad original.
Right.
I think I've talked about that with like Alien. But this, it's like a good twist doesn't justify lack of depth between characters. That could have been like an emotional scene, and instead of an emotional grab, right? The emotional grab of like, oh, the woman has a daughter, but it's not enough. There is so much potential. You're right, Ryan. You're right.
Yeah.
I think there's like this. Okay, if this is a really good movie, if we were living in the fun dimension where this is a really good movie, I think there is some very powerful meta commentary you can make on when you're an amalgamation of parts, right? And all the memories that you have are technically an amalgamation of people that, for all intents and purposes, are no longer alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's like, I don't view this as like many people inhabiting one body. I view this as one consciousness that has a lot of memories of different consciousness, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How do you live? Like, how do you live? Like, what is your purpose in life when you weren't really ever supposed to be a thing, right? This movie's not interested in exploring that at all.
No.
That's a much more interesting movie in my opinion.
And it tries to throw medical terms at us at the end to kind of explain it. And as soon as you do that, I'm like, okay, bro. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
the
Memories
muscle
can often be-
spasms of the
Technically, shut up. You know.
If we've used the left brain with the right brain of somebody else, that means they share the same memories, or the two different memories come together. And sometimes they imprint, like animals. They imprint on themselves, and they're still there.
Yeah, no, I don't care. Yeah, sorry, you blew it. Like, you know.
yeah, we are the Mike Tomlin. We do not care.
We do not.
We do not care.
Yes.
We do not
No
care.
problem.
We do not care. Literally, like actually though. Yeah, I would say 2 out of 5 is a pretty good rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't like atrociously bad. Like, but it also wasn't like funny bad.
Yeah.
No. It's
It
boring.
sits in a weird space, but it's unsatisfying. Which
It's not as bad as like The Open House, the Slenderman movie,
so bad.
the Pee Pee Poo Poo Man. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Sorry, I'm now laughing thinking about. I'm sorry, I forget the user's name that recommended this movie to us, but I'm imagining they're like, "Fuck you guys!" Like, you know, like,
I'm never suggesting anything again.
I really like this movie, like you know, like I think it was a fun movie to review. I feel like we had a good talk about it.
Yeah, it was
you know?
fun. It was fun because it does have this like unique aspect of that, like the Frankensteining that you don't see. You know, kind of Reanimator-esque, Frankenstein-esque.
Just want to watch Reanimator.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
like, rewatch
yeah.
Reanimator.
Yeah, I know.
God, oh man, Barbara Crampton would make this movie so much better.
You can imagine.
Oh my gosh.
God, Barbara
Yeah.
Crampton would.
I would
Jeffrey
recast
Combs,
in a heartbeat.
just all the above. But and like we said, you know, you may really love this movie, and we're happy for you because you know, I feel like there's art in everything, and you know what? Like we said, we don't want to just completely just say no positives about any movie that we watch. We want to make sure that we emphasize things that we liked and that we enjoyed about it, and we did say that there was more stuff that we disliked, I would say, but I feel like we also were like constructive with what we were saying. Like, this could have been better if they did this.
Here's a critical nugget that I'll give it. Here's something. Well, sorry. Maybe okay. Maybe this is more of a backhanded compliment. Now I'm thinking about it out loud. But I certainly was not super impressed by this movie. But there was enough here for me to imagine that another film, you know, made by this team, or I guess specifically by I'm very sorry, the director's name?
Rob
Should
Grant.
have my sheet in front of me. Rob Grant, thank you. Should have my sheet in front of me. Rob Grant, this Harpoon film, which is supposedly the best critically film he made, like I believe that is probably actually a good film. I want to see that.
Actually, right, I think they were the better one. Oh, Rotten Tomatoes, 97%. Maybe not. Because there's also one that says it's not a horror movie. It's called This Too Shall Pass. And on
That's his
IMDb
most recent, I think.
It's his most recent. On IMDb, it's 8.4.
Whoa.
It's pretty good IMDb. But the other one does have a much more enjoyable like audience score with 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's Harpoon. So that is, and it's a horror comedy. A horror comedy that like it's supposed to be.
Whoa.
So maybe.
Good horror comedy. Hey, you know, I'm gonna say that makes a lot of sense. Folks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that parts of maybe one of the main reasons that we didn't like Alive too much is that it took itself a little too seriously.
Right.
Maybe Rob Grant lives in horror comedy, and hey, not enough
Yeah.
people are making good horror comedies. So.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing to be like more so in the horror comedy realm. I mean, look at like what Edgar Wright is doing now. You know, he started off with like Shaun of the Dead. I mean, that's probably one of the most well-known horror comedies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and look what he's making. He's making the Running Man remake.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Is the run? Okay, sorry. I will admit, I saw like an ad for the Running Man remake when I was under the influence of substances. Sorry.
Yeah, Life.
Is Life? Yeah. This ridiculous. Yeah, sorry. It's called Oxygen. Okay, baby. It's called Being Alive. It's called Being Alive 2018.
Having a
okay?
really good day.
And I was very. like,
God, how did we get company with Alive right there?
There it is. It all looks
Being
together.
alive.
Listen, I was okay, very good.
That's what should that song at the end would
Oh
have
my
been
needle drop.
It would have hit.
2.5. 2.5
Yeah,
right there. It's a bump.
Not gonna hit. Sorry, Running Man was originally Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Oh no, that's Schwarzenegger. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
dude, I'm thinking of Demolition Man.
Yeah.
Demolition Man. Okay, so Running Man was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sorry, Glenn Powell is the new
Yeah.
star of Running. Oh, God, he's really getting his freaking clutches on everything.
It feels
isn't
like
he?
it's going to be really studio involved,
It
just from
feels
what
like
I've
it's-
seen.
It feels like it's gonna be pretty. Sorry. I'm gonna interpret that. It feels like it's gonna be pretty bad. Like, you know, I don't think that this has much of a chance of. Sorry. I just also want to say I love the original Running Man. I am shocked as hell that they're making a remake of it. But it also feels like we live in a society where they'll remake anything
Yeah.
if they think it's going to be successful. What the fuck else are they gonna remake? Goddamn.
Psycho 1990.
Okay, guys, this time we're gonna do a shot-by-shot remake, but now it's going to be in black and white again. and also Timothy Chalamet will be Norman Bates.
Oh
And,
my God.
Okay,
Chalamet.
that would legitimately happen. So I don't want to manifest.
What
that.
about Pedro Pascal? Really
I-
up and coming actor.
really? Yeah,
Pedro
really
Pascal.
known.
Zendaya,
known.
Marion Crane.
I literally kill me. But it is. I will say I saw something and I felt like such a dumbass for falling for it. I don't know if y'all are. Sorry. I think. Okay. Do we have any concluding thoughts on that thing before I launch into this?
People will be waffle about.
Before we waffle about.
Yeah, God, I was about to say, what if they gender bend the Psycho remake?
Whoa. Okay, that'd be kind of interesting.
I
Right?
think that could be a feminist film.
That could be a
Yeah.
Guys,
feminist film.
I gotta cut
who-
this footage. Someone's gonna take this idea.
I know.
I know.
Yeah, just snip it.
But who would play Norman?
Like who would play? female Bates?
Kathy Bates. What's her name? Who plays in Misery?
She's.
Oh.
I'm sorry. She's a little.
Is that too
yeah.
on the nose with Bates?
Well, no, it's Bates, but
I-
also sorry.
I
Isn't she
think
like
too
60?
old. Yeah, I
Isn't
think
she, like,
at this
60?
point too
Like,
old.
you know,
Too old.
Yeah.
Mia Goth?
Oh, she's
Too young?
That would make too much sense. Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like we need like somebody who's like, you know, I hate to say it, maybe like a Dakota Fanning type.
Oh,
or,
Dakota
like-
Fanning, like an
somebody
older
like
young
that.
actress.
Yes, like a 30-something
Mhm.
actress.
I could do it.
Yeah.
I could see Dakota. Fanning
Yeah.
I don't know what the last movie Dakota Fanning's done though.
Madam Web. No, she was in something else.
She
that
was in
good.
Madam Web.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm not thinking. I was thinking of Dakota Johnson. My
I was
apologies.
just saying, you're
Oh, yeah.
thinking 50. Dakota Johnson as.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
That's not
Oh.
bad.
Can I do a crazy shout?
Yeah, what's your crazy one?
Anne Hathaway.
Oh,
I
yes.
literally.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, I don't know. I don't know if y'all. I don't know if y'all know this. I've been Anne Hathaway simp for as long as I can remember.
God, who isn't?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would affect my mental psyche if I saw Norman Bates, Anne Hathaway.
Is that Me Before You, Anne Hathaway, or
what?
is that Brokeback Mountain Anne Hathaway, or is that Princess Diaries 1 and 2 Anne Hathaway for you?
Sorry, which one like rewrote my DNA?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go with very young. oh god, that one movie that it kind of sucks, but people pretend like it doesn't.
Yeah, that one.
Ella Enchanted.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Sorry if everyone.
She
Sorry
can't
if
say
like
no. She has to say yes to everything.
She has to say yes to
Seeded
everything.
with misogyny, but
She's
very good in
Very tough. Yes. And I would say further. Or she's actually in a really good role in Interstellar. She's also been in a shit ton of stuff.
she
She's been in a shit
is
ton of stuff.
such a
She's
breadth
been
of
in
range. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, I didn't realize she was in
Catwoman.
Brokeback Mountain,
Yeah.
y'all. I watched
Yeah,
Brokeback
Black Swan.
Mountain for the first time.
Black Swan.
She's in
Yep.
Black Swan. What?
Uh huh. Yep.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
I gotta watch Black
Yeah.
Swan. I gotta rewatch it.
I fell for something. I think you guys are gonna find this really funny. I fell for something. I don't know if y'all are Steely Dan fans. I don't know if y'all are Steely Dan fans at all. Steely Dan is two people. One of my favorite trivia facts of all time is that Steely Dan used to actually be three people. Their third member, and this sounds like I'm making this up, but this is 100% true. Their third member used to be Chevy Chase when they were all in college together, which is crazy. You gotta believe me on that one.
Wow.
But what I'm trying to say is that it feels like we're entering this era of, and who really kicked it all off is freaking Timothy Chalamet, Bob Dylan, because
Yes.
then immediately they're like, oh, we got to do a Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce
one.
Springsteen, Edgar Allan. No, oh my God.
Oh,
Jeremy Allen.
Jeremy Allen. By the way, sorry, I don't know if you've heard the screen test stuff. Once again, one of those things, like, he sounds really good.
It's his voice.
Yeah.
It's his freaking voice. I the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, all right, they're just gonna play Bruce Springsteen over. And then the post-day interview, it was like, oh, then that's his voice. It was like, what? Sorry.
It's
Big
it's
Bruce
like
fan.
no,
We'll
sorry.
see that.
Sorry, you're so sorry, you're so good. But sorry, it does beg a question. Is Bruce Springsteen's life interesting enough to make a biopic of? Do you know? You're a mega fan, Dick.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay.
His beginning life. I hope they're focusing on his younger life because that's the interesting stuff. His house was shit. Or
Okay.
The whole
Oh,
thing.
he's
The
like a
whole
tough life.
thing with Bruce Springsteen is the relationship between him and his father, and
Yeah.
then him and Clarence Clemens, the saxophonist who passed away, and now it's his uncle. Oh no, sorry, it's his nephew, who is
Well-
playing the band.
Well, dude, it's interesting because I went on a trip with like a few friends like a few years ago to Asbury Park.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that was like Bruce Springsteen like Mecca
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything. And dude, there
Stone
was
Pony?
the Stone Pony on the boardwalk, and I was like literally like and like there was like Bruce Springsteen like memorabilia and like stuff like in front of it, and I literally was like, oh, like I like and dude, it's funny, like I like took some pictures like with it and everything, and like I sent it to my one friend, and my like one friend is a big Bruce Springsteen fan. It was like, whoa, like, you know, it was like they were like losing like their mind because like they're like, that's the freaking Stone Pony, like, you know,
Yeah.
but
Iconic.
what I'm trying to say is that I fell for bait. I don't know. You're just gonna have to look it up because this is a audio format. I can't hold up a picture of them, but there's two people in Steely Dan. Donald Fagen, who is, I don't know if you know anything about what Steely Dan looks like, but you gotta you kind of it's this guy Walter Becker and this guy Donald Fagen, and basically I saw a fake movie poster that was claiming that Donald Fagen, they're making a Steely Dan biopic, and that Donald
Oh.
Fagen was going to be played by Timothy Chalamet, and that
Oh.
Walter Becker was going to be played by Jack Black.
Oh my
And
gosh.
you might not know how kind of good, even though there's like an age difference between them, there was an IRL age difference between them that actually would, like, sorry, I thought, what I'm trying to say, I thought it was real. I was like, oh yeah, of course, like they would do that, like, you
Oh,
know, like,
wow.
and everything. It was a fake
Wow.
article, like
Deep
to
fake.
piss people off, like to be like, you know, like, oh, like, you know, like it's just, we're gonna cast the same, you know, 15 people and everything, like, you know, and everything. But I will say, I predict that we're gonna see a lot more. Sorry, not talking
Biopics.
about horror, but we're gonna see a lot more music biopics. It's just
100%.
the wave.
Yeah, especially I mean, once with the especially how awarded Timothy Chalamet was and the movie was. Yeah, I agree. I do hesitate that like now it's not gonna get as lauded because like the Bruce Springsteen one won't get as much attention because people will be like, oh, didn't we just do this? However, I will still see it. without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna tie this back into everything.
Okay.
You ready?
Do
Okay,
it.
yeah, go for it, dude.
Poetic.
You're
Okay.
like javelin throw. Like, let's see what you got. Okay.
First, just want to say I meant Devil's Wear Prada, The Devil Wears Prada. When I said Anne Hathaway before and not Black Swan is Natalie Portman. Just want to completely think in two different movies.
That is a completely different movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
that
was
makes more
thinking
sense.
Devil Wears Prada and just said Black Swan. Don't know why.
Okay.
But we were
Okay, so-
talking
Completely
about
different.
I think I was
completely
like-
different movies.
I think I was like, yeah, of course. Like, Nick, you don't remember that thing? Like,
I
you
was
know,
like, I don't remember
like,
Hathaway being there.
All right,
Oh, jeez.
and
Okay.
we're tying this back in. You ready?
Yeah.
We were talking about Springsteen.
Uh-huh.
Bruce Springsteen's sister.
Is...
Do you guys know who that is?
No. Is it like? Is it?
Wait, no, I know about his daughter. Oh wait. Yeah, she's somebody. Go ahead. I
Mhm.
forget.
Pamela Springsteen. She
Okay.
plays the role of Angela in the Sleepaway Camp movies after Felissa Rose in the first movie. So, in the second Sleepaway Camp and third Sleepaway Camp, Angela is played by Pamela Springsteen.
Yes, she's an actress.
Wow. So sorry. This must be younger sister.
This is like, like 84, 85 when the sequels come out.
Yeah, I think he did
Because-
have a younger sister. It was like
Sorry,
7 or 8
because-
years younger, I believe.
Right. Yeah, because I'm trying to do the math. Like, I was like, wait a second. Like,
Oh,
you know,
sorry,
like,
88, 89 is
Sleepaway
is
Camp
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Oh, that makes
Okay.
sense. That makes
Okay.
huge jump. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like one was like, yeah, like she was probably like, yeah, like mid-60s, born in the mid-60s. Okay, yeah, okay, something like that. Yeah, sorry. I was like interested in that for a second. I'm like, wait a second, because like I'm like Bruce Springsteen by the 80s was already like 30
Touring.
something. Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
touring.
touring. It was like, yeah, super famous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Sorry, by 88, 89, I think he was almost kind of like had already reached his apex and was sort of in a bit of a, you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was after his greatest hits, I think. His greatest
Yeah.
hits was even before that album.
Right.
But Bill, Bruce Springsteen's first album is called "Greetings from Asbury Park."
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. and sorry, wasn't his was the backing band called the Stone Ponies at some point? Wasn't the Stone Ponies part of his mythos or something?
The Stone Pony is part of his mythos.
Oh,
He talks
Easter.
about it in his book a lot, but it's more just like where a lot of things happened for him.
Okay. Okay. Oh, you know what I'm thinking? Oh, God, this is like you can tell I'm getting tired because, sorry, Bruce Springsteen is E Street Band.
E Street
right?
Band, yeah.
E Street
Bruce Springsteen,
Band.
E Street
Okay.
Band, yeah.
Yeah, freaking Bruce Springsteen lovers are gonna come out of the woodwork for me.
Yeah.
I also I also double checked just to make sure I'm not spreading anything. The Chevy Chase freaking Steely Dan thing is 100% true. 100% verified. That was true. That is crazy, isn't it? I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
It is
Alright.
crazy to be like, I'm going to be successful in another way. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Pamela Springsteen, who was in Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, she was briefly engaged to Sean Penn.
What?
And Alive should have used a pen in its script to cross out basically everything in the first and second act and fix it.
Well done, right?
We did it, guys. We did it.
That
And
was
we're
really
back.
good, dude.
Okay.
That was
you.
really good.
Thank you. We normally do our one sentence reviews at the end of like when we're talking about the movie. I think we kind of already said our one sentence reviews. I
Yeah.
don't know if you have anything else that you wanna say about it.
Needed more rock and roll. Period. That's my review.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do like this like crazy like Atlas like world lift like bit where I'm somehow relating Sean Penn being involved with Bruce Springsteen's sister Pamela Springsteen. Also that he was married to Madonna in the 80s, and I think all the best I can do is that, with maybe there could have been... Sorry, I got nothing, folks. I got nothing. Sorry, this bit's DOA. Much like the characters should have remained in this movie. Maybe this movie. Yeah.
Nice.
There we go. I kind of got there. Okay, I kind of got there. Okay, all right.
And with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to this podcast. We went off the rails at the end.
Rails.
It was
That's-
amazing.
That's cool.
On
That's what
brand.
the last 15 minutes is for. Yeah, that's what the last 15 minutes is for.
It was on
It's
brand
like the
for us.
hodgepodge. It's the hodgepodge.
My famous last words, I guess, from me were, "Okay, that's not waffle," and then we did.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, I literally sorry, Nick. You say don't waffle, and my shark eyes, it's like my eyes turn black, and I'm instantly, I'm ready to talk about anything.
Waffle mode initiate.
I'm
Yeah,
literally ready
Steely
to talk
Dan.
about anything. Dude, I wanted to talk about. Okay, I wanted to talk about Steely Dan so badly. Nobody gives a fuck. Oh well.
Steely Dan is your Roman Empire.
I'm a Steely fan. Okay, let's just say that much.
Oh, Steely Stan.
Woo! 2025. Yeah, I guess.
There we go.
What are those guys up to now? Probably making millions of dollars from their biopic deal upcoming.
Yeah, and as we talked about in the beginning, they may be making millions, but first check about to hit for 30 cents, baby.
Heck yeah.
That's how you wrap it all around, people. Watch and
That is
learn.
how we roll.
Watch and learn.
See, I'm just more okay. I'm actually going a little shark eyes because I'm seeing more and more of your shirt, Ryan.
Yeah.
And I did not like what the first part said. But for anyone that's, do you want to talk about it here? or
Yeah,
is this
so
not
this
appropriate?
is by the time that this episode comes out, the video is going to be up. I vlogged going to Blairstown, which is where the original Friday the 13th movie was
Whoa.
filmed.
You vlogged it?
I vlogged it, and that's going to be a
that's
video on the channel. By the time that this pod is up, this is going to be after our 50 special, so
Okay.
it'll be a while that this one gets posted. But for
Go
the
check that out.
people, check out
Yeah.
the vlog.
The flash forward reviews.
Yeah, went
Wait.
to yeah.
Wait a second. You love the Blair Witch so much that you.
The Blair Witch.
Yeah.
No, not the Blair Witch.
Wait,
Friday the
what are you
13th,
talking-
baby.
Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I got confused. Okay. Sorry, I saw Blairstown and I instantly had smelled blood in the water. I was like, fucking, oh, Jesus. Okay, well, all right. Friday the 13th. My blood pressure just increased there. Okay, we're good. I was like, please God. Okay, yeah. That's my close listening skills for you. Okay, all right. Well,
That's all right. But yeah, so
Jeez.
be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for our next episode. Who knows what it's going to be, But watch out for it. It's going to be a fun episode no matter what. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Nick, for being here as always. It's a lot of fun waffling with you guys about Steely Dan, Bruce Springsteen, Pamela Springsteen, Sean Penn.
in front of a lot of celebrities.
We did.
Damn.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway. God,
Yeah.
dream guest.
Yeah, I'm sure. Once they Ryan, you have the amazing ability to just DM people, and somehow it just happens. So, let's get on it, buddy. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could we could make a short film. A film for Anne.
Whoa,
Be my podcast guest.
be
A
my
film for Anne.
A film for Anne. That is really crazy. Now you're really bringing it all the way back.
Man, I really got to
Really
cut out
bringing
these film ideas from the podcast.
Whoa. That's the Halloween special right there. Just me.
Be my podcast guest. It's really funny.
All
It's
right.
really funny. Okay.
All right, and with that being said, always remember Anne Hathaway is Catwoman.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, yes.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye, everyone. Bye, guys.